No, it's not. Oh. Hey, everybody! It's AFAB and JFAB. So, I kind of just wanted to change it up a little bit. And I know you guys, you've seen the posts and the challenge group invites and the do this coaching thing with me thing. And I feel like they can't really get, like, they don't get really, like, my passion behind all of
No.
this. I
You
don't
don't
know.
get this on
I mean,
words.
exactly. You just don't get that. So it's video time again. So, here's what I just want to talk to you about. The other, like 2 weeks ago, I put something out there that I was like, it's about to get uncomfortable. Something I just don't like to talk about is money, because if you saw my post, like, it's uncomfortable to talk about when you poo. I mean, like, we have been, we've been lucky. I mean, we
Ever.
we could have been homeless.
Yeah.
I mean, we have been evicted one time because we couldn't pay rent when we were living in Maryland, and um, it's it's real. I don't like to talk about it. I get very emotional about that kind of stuff, but I feel like you guys see me transforming. You see, of course, like someone loses almost 100 pounds, like that's a huge transformation. Oh, I'm getting muscles too. So like, yes, um, I I just feel like I need to explain to you, not for like you, because I want you to approve or understand, because I mean, I was like that. I always want everybody to kind of approve. I want to make everybody happy, kind of thing. And now it's just like, I've finally found what makes me happy, and it's so good for our family that I don't want to say I don't care what others think, but like, this is what makes me happy. And people that love Justin and I and the kids and our family, like, you know that we're happy. And you know the thing I always think about is, before I started with Beachbody, I was just kind of, I made that resolution, that New Year's resolution, that I was gonna lose weight. This was gonna be the year, like every year, right? Um, just like the year when they stuck a lap band, crazy metal plastic thing in my body, because I thought that was it. That's all I had left. That was my last hope, and we know how that worked and not worked so well. But uh, I don't know, honey. I'll just ramble. Justin's like, this is gonna be long. I was like, no, no, it won't. No, my videos, I'm trying to keep them shorter, because I feel like people lose, it's like squirrel, like me. How could you lose interest in this? I mean, we were so fun, right? So I asked Justin, I was like, I feel like we need to just, like, tell people, and I feel kind of awkward, not awkward, but not like, I can tell you about challenge groups all day long. I can tell you about Shakeology and the macronutrients and the micronutrients and the digestive enzymes and stuff that's going on, because I am putting in the effort to know that, because I have people that are coming to me. Everybody's so different, and I have people come in and they have all these different things going on in their bodies, and PCOS, and like they're diabetic, and all this other kind of stuff. So it's almost like detective, and it's wonderful for me. Like, I love to do that. I love it. It's very similar to teaching for me, because I get to figure out, kind of, it's like the special educator in me. Like, you get to figure out what's not working, and how we're going to put a plan in place to make things work. And it's going to be um, a process, and it's going to be something that's not going to happen right away. And there are going to be days that, me as the coach, um, I might not see you because you're 15 states away. Is there like 15 states between? Maybe. I'll have to check that out. That's like a good trivia question. How many states from North Carolina to, like, California? So, um, anyway, so I just you you get that, and then all of a sudden, like, things just happen, and like when Justin talks, I'm gonna find my phone because I always lose my phone. And find it because I want to tell you about this challenge group that just finished. I mean, one of my good friends from college, we kind of lost touch, and then we got back together again, and her husband lost 26 pounds. 26. 26. You can spell it out. You can write it out. You can count it with sticks. You can draw it in tens frames, all whatever.
And how long?
And one round of 21-day fix. Now, like I say, I tell people, do not compare yourselves to others. Like Justin, yes, he's a guy, but he would not compare himself to him. Everybody's different. Everybody's body is different. You can kind of judge like things, but like you can't compare that. Like someone that's like 6 foot and like 400 pounds compared to me, who is not even 5 foot and was 225 pounds, the weight loss, yes, is going to be different. But it's not about all that. It's about the fact that Liz and her husband were doing it, together. She would work out during the day, and then he was doing it at home. She's with the kids, and he's out, at work, and like they're together, but they're doing their separate thing too, kind of like we are, and it's just amazing. And she didn't miss a day, and she was ready, to do this, and I'm so proud of her. And okay, but anyway, so let's get uncomfortable real quick because we don't want to make it longer than 10 minutes because people probably shut it off. But I just want to talk to you about well, I'll let him talk. Financially, like where we were. You guys know that like Justin's doing the same thing. Yes, he lost his job for a year and a half, and that really, like, that, I don't want to say killed us because but it did. Like it.
Stop talking.
Okay. Why do I go?
It's in the bathroom. So, just like Amy was saying, you don't want to compare your situation to other people's situation when it comes to the health and fitness side and the working out. There's also the financial side to the coaching that you don't want to compare yourself to another person's situation, but the situation that we know best is ours. So, to keep it brief, I've been doing the same thing since graduating college, environmental consulting, gone.
And I was teaching, but like I was always in and out of it because I truly wasn't happy. Like I'm such an emotional wreck today. But wait, I was like, are you gonna talk about that? Okay, go.
I was
Okay,
about
go.
5 seconds in.
Go, quick. You're not quick enough. You talk too slow.
You took up 7 minutes.
Go.
That's what you're gonna get from us.
Eddie Van Halen's birthday.
Anyway, so I went through 2 periods of being, well, 2 extended periods of being without work. One, when we moved back to Maryland, when we found out about having our third kid, was right during the economic recession, really bad times. So I had a hard time finding steady work then. And then when we moved back down here, after we were down here for like a couple years, I got laid off and was out of work for over a year and a half.
Yeah.
So just through that alone, we've had our ups and really far downs financially, and really after being out of work for almost 2 years, while we're almost 2 years away from that, we're still far from digging out of the hole that we got into. With Amy, obviously everybody knows she was a teacher. She taught for, I guess, like a year, 2 years after we graduated college.
Yeah.
2 years? Yeah.
Because then
And then we got into the pattern of kids, maternity leave. So she taught most of the next 3 years when we moved down here. But then when we found out she was pregnant the third time and we moved back to Maryland, that was pretty much the end of her full-time teaching. Right.
And that's the thing, like, I really wanted to be home with them, and there was like no, like I could have easily gotten a job because the jobs are pretty plentiful up in Maryland as a teacher. They were, and you know, I just like that's not where my heart was. And two, like we didn't have like we we didn't have like the family option. Like dad was still working, mom was still working for one of them
Mhm.
to, be able to even like part time watch the 3 kids under the age of 30.
And
I mean,
then
come on.
and then
Or
we
two, actually.
and then we ended up back down here because that was where we both could find more steady work. So for a while, Amy was back teaching, I was back full time working, and we had three kids in daycare. And at that point, basically, Amy's salary covered the daycare. So basically, she was a full time teacher, and after daycare, we were pocketing like no lie, like $200. So she was working 90 bazillion teacher hours a week for $200.
And stress.
$200 a month. Um, Not to mention the whole undercurrent of the whole thing. She wasn't happy with it. So fast forward, uh, like a year or so of doing that, we decided that okay, this is ridiculous. You can make more money doing something part time. So she stopped teaching and she started working like you did retail, you did.
Like he'd work during the day, and as soon as he'd come home, I'd be off. And
So we were making extra money, but it was like 2 shifts passing in the night or the evening. Um, and, we did that for a while. Yeah.
start at like okay, so we
So
were
anyway.
broke jokers. So, but like,
It's
but
okay for her to.
whatever. But like, it was
Okay.
So
So,
Allison is gonna watch this and be like, okay, go, quick.
so fast forward to like over like what year and a half ago. I After being out of work for a year and a half, Amy had worked um, an office job during most of that time. I was able to finally get my new job where I'm at. Amy had a bunch of health issues, led to her hysterectomy.
But I went back to being a teacher assistant part time, and then I went into then they switched me to full time, but it was in one of the special ed classes, which I loved, but like I couldn't. My body was like,
right.
You
So
cannot be doing this.
at that
Things are
point,
falling
at
out.
that point, she ended up not working. Basically, couldn't work because of the health issues. That led me back into working. So then we were kind of, okay, I was full time. We were all right. This was about the time that we finally, because she was starting to get healthy again after her hysterectomy, we were able to start with Beachbody, the workout, fitness, Shakeology side of it. About, I don't know, how long?
What are you talking about?
Within the first month.
August we started.
Yeah, but okay. So shortly thereafter,
I started as a challenger, and then
right.
September, I was like, I want to coach.
Sure.
I want Shakeology. I want the discount.
She basically fell in love with the idea, and I jokingly but totally seriously, there's been 2 jobs since I've known her that she's really loved. One was this waitressing job when we lived back in Maryland at Primavera.
Whoop! It was
That
amazing.
she just.
I loved it.
It was great. She loved it. Awesome little family Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Shout out. So
Abingdon,
she loved that.
Primavera,
And then now with Beachbody, so she wants me to talk about the money. So here we are, 14 minutes in. I'll get to the whole point. For us, like I said, our situation, we're up more money now with her doing the coaching and me full time than we ever were with both of us full time. Although maybe without kids, maybe we were doing better when we were both full time without kids. But
were we? No. No, we weren't actually. Remember in Maryland after the year after we graduated, and then we moved to North Carolina, and it was just like, we had no money.
Well, but I mean, yeah.
Okay, anyway.
We didn't have daycare.
True.
So we always said, oh, wouldn't it be great if you had, you could work at home? I mean, because then you're getting, it's like having your cake and eat it too, excuse me for bringing up cake.
80/20.
But we could never figure that out, you know. What we're looking at, like medical transcriptionists,
Yeah.
whatever, different things, and
I did all those things where you could take surveys for like pennies.
yeah. The point was, it was like this was the thing we were always looking for, and it, you know, it was like this golden opportunity. You know, not only did she get to get the benefit of, hey, this is gonna help me continue my own health and fitness journey. It's gonna keep me honest because I know, and this is Amy saying this, I know I won't want to let anyone else down. So if I'm coaching and I'm helping them, I know I have to set the example. It's going to keep me honest and keep me down that path, which it has, to the tune of 90 pounds. So on top of that, now, not only does she pay for both of our shakes, so we're getting free shakes, don't pay for Shakeology.
And people, and I know, like, we can, I mean, when Allison, my coach, was like, here's a challenge pack for the Shakeologies this a month, and then I was like, oh, so, what are these people thinking? What are they?
Here's the perfect thing. So, you know me, I'm more rational. Fair to say, right?
I have a call soon.
So yeah, I was like, holy, you know what, $100 a month, and then she was like, hey, we should sign you up too, and I was like, what exactly is in the shake that's making you go crazy, thinking we're gonna spend $200 a month on some magical powder? And this was very early on, but then I was like, well, okay, you know, it's like I didn't need to be sold on the effectiveness of it. Like I could see it was already happening.
When you were
then I started drinking them. I liked them, and then obviously then I started drinking them, and it you know, expedited my health gains and everything. But it took, I mean, basically about a month after we were both signed up that we were covering
more.
She was covering the shakes.
We never really paid for shakes.
And making money. So we were solving our health and fitness issues. Okay.
Being examples for our kids, which before we were not good examples at all. So it was just like a domino effect, and we were just gonna set it for them, for their kids, for the grandbabies, for the great grandbabies. We'll go.
And then, so we're solving our own health and fitness issue, which we'd spent God knows how much money on all the things: gym, doctor's pills, injections, surgeries, all that. Separate video sometime. But now, even after covering that, she was bringing in more money and more money and more money and more money. And I mean, you know, now, what? I
don't want people to think like this is all about money. Like but I mean, like my challengers, like, and my coaches, like I teach them every single day. My coaches, and with Allison, like she has taught me how to teach my coaches, because I mean, I feel like she's taught me. I mean, she's given me a great freaking. I mean, it's like the Harvard. Would that be the best school you would go to? I don't even know. But like whatever the best school is, like she is the school, and she taught that to me, so I can give it to other people that are standing there crying in their closet, not knowing what to wear. That's one thing. That they have to go to a job that they don't want to be at because it's just so stressful to them. And then, like, to do something, and I never thought that you could actually do a job and want to wake up and actually go to it and be there and love it. And I love every second. I love getting messages on the last day of I lost 12 pounds. Didn't check my inches yet, but I'm going to. 8 pounds. Where's the? I'm scrolling. 6 pounds, 10 inches. 11 pounds, 11 inches. 7 pounds, 13 inches. I mean, I I just my friend from college, another friend from college. She was one of my sorority sisters. She she just like I'm not gonna tell her story, but just like intimacy stuff ish things between her and her husband. I, like it's not just about the weight. It's not about the money. It's your life and your whole life changes, and that's what we just kind of wanted to tell you in 21 minutes. But like your whole life
We were trying for 5.
can change, and it's good. It's amazing, and I don't help people because I get a paycheck. I help because that is satisfying to me, and it just makes me feel alive inside to help people and know that they have changed themselves and helped, and it affects a lot of their other family members and friends and this and that, and that's like the biggest payment. Like it's not a paycheck every Thursday that I get. It's not that. I mean, it's not the fact that like we have our challenge groups and we run these challenge groups, and I mean, I don't get paid to sit in every comment or question I answer. I get paid for that. That's not how it works, but it's just, I mean, I've never been so happy, and it upsets me that it took me so long to find it, but everything happens for a reason, and that timing just, I might not have been ready 2 years ago, and I had to go through all of that other shit to be able. I'm sorry, I had to say one bad word.
22 minutes.
I just, and yeah, the I'm coming.
Here's
I'm
the
coming.
point: you never would have spent. If we would have talked about any other job she had other than Primavera for 22 minutes, it wouldn't have been
Positive.
It would have been a 22-minute rant.
And
You know,
sad
just,
and heartbroken.
yeah, not like, oh, I can't, now I'm trying to keep it under 30 minutes.
But here's the thing, like, I feel like we need to tell people that, a lot of people think, oh, it's a scheme and this and that, and there are things out there that don't work, and I don't know what else to do to show people that it does work. I might not be the coach that you want for your coach if you want to coach. Um, everybody jives differently or whatever. Everybody has their own whatever, but like, I think our team is pretty bad ASS because we don't leave people behind. We pick up people that um, have been left behind, and I don't agree with it. I don't think it's right. But if you just work hard and just believe in yourself, things are going to happen, and it doesn't happen overnight. It's it's something that requires patience, but gosh, someday we're gonna be able to take kids to Disney, honey. Oh,
Like, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, to put it bluntly, that's 2 desserts.
or you could say the proof's in the Shakeology.
So,
Darren would love that.
like,
Tony.
you're right. Other things work, and people have success with other things. This doesn't have to be like your thing.
Right.
Whether you have health goals, you know, social goals, you're just looking for something to get involved,
family. Holy
or
goodness
financial
gracious.
goals. But
family.
what I do know is that I mean, look at Amy, 90 pounds and still gone. I mean, she's been very successful with other
for 3
programs
months
and things,
or 6 months.
but then it comes back. We're getting close to 2 years.
Well, in the summer it'll be like 2 years.
And not coming not going back.
I'm not going back.
Either of us. And there's, we can rattle off 57,000 other people that are the same.
But I don't know. You end it. Tell them. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up and say, I'm sorry, guys.
I like to give you a hard time for long videos, but I don't know.
Fat Dad.
Cut.
Fat Dad.
That should be our thing.
But I'm not that cut yet. But it's getting there.
The end of the video,
so
we were.
AFAB, JFAB. No, let's just. Okay, so I want you guys to have hope. Anybody that's struggling in any area, reach out. Like, if you're a guy and you feel more comfortable talking to this one right here, he'll probably ask me questions. But
I can think of myself. They don't want an opinion of a woman through the man. If they want the guy's opinion, they get the guy's opinion.
But they want the right opinion.
That's why they would go to the guy.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So we just want to say that we just want y'all to be happy and healthy and live whatever dreams that you have. We have some great dreams and a lot of good that we want to do for the world and for people, and we're gonna do it because 2016 is going to be our year, baby. It is, and yours too if you want it and you're ready. All right, 26:45. That's enough. Bye, y'all.